What's going on, everybody? Hope everyone's doing well. Before we get into the episode, I just want to ask you guys to all please leave a like on the video. It helps us out. I asked you guys to like at the front of the video last time, and more people did, so I'm asking you to do it again. If you're watching this on YouTube, just hit like. Log in if you're not logged in. Helps us out. Yeah. If you're new, subscribe, do that shit. But yeah, like the video. Toss a like on the video. Leave a comment if you want to. If you don't, I don't care. Just like it first. Thank you. Let's get into the episode.
Stava a succedere no bordello.
Alright, what's going on, folks? Hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to another episode of the Bordello. It's episode 246. We're back at Delo's. It's beautiful outside. It's like 24 degrees in October. I'm loving it. I'm all for this global warming thing. I don't care. It'll get cold at some point. I'm not worried about it being hot now. It'll get cold. It's Canada. January's still going to be hellish, you know? I'm okay with the deferred fall. But my girlfriend's birthday's coming up, and it's her birthday week, and she's a fall baby. And I think a lot of women go through this also. Is they like the fall very much, and they want to dress up. They want fall vibes. And so when it's hot and you get what's referred to as Indian summer, it's a little insensitive to say that the weekend after Truth and Reconciliation Day. I'm aware of that, but that's what they call it, Indian summer. Why is it called Indian summer? Because India's hot, maybe? I don't know. Indian summer. Anyway, well, whatever. Well, it's a good thing I said we weren't going to talk about indigenous stuff anymore, and here we are. Here we are. just like it's like somewhere deep in my subconscious, you know? It's making its way out. It wants to come out. The indigenous talk just wants to come out. But yeah, I mean, I'm cool with Indian summer, but a lot of women are not because it's not the vibe, you see? It's fall vibes now. You want to go out and do cute fall activities like go apple picking or pumpkin patch running. I don't know, run through a pumpkin patch or pumpkin picking. I don't know, picking various types of vegetation which are typically associated with the fall months. And we're not getting to do that now because it's too damn nice out. It's still swimming weather. And yeah, I think the ladies are upset about it, but I'm delighted. I mean, you know, wearing shorts now. I'm all in right now on the Indian summer. I'm a fan of it. My girlfriend is decidedly much more upset about it. It's affecting her. Every day she wakes up and goes outside and goes for a walk, she gets upset. It's a real concern of hers. It's a real issue that every day I think she feels it's plaguing her. Why is the world out to get them, you know? I just want to wear my cute fall outfits, you know? Because, you know, fall shit goes on sale in, like, August. Before September. And so, you know, a lot of them have been getting ready for fall for a while, and it ain't coming yet. Like, it's here, but it's not, you know? I think it's nice. It's, like, beautiful outside, but the trees are changing colors. The leaves are changing colors. It looks, like, beautiful, but it doesn't feel super nippy. I'm down with it, but I think a lot of ladies are not. You know, me, I want to wear my fall, my denim there, you know, like me, my grandmother, she didn't even speak, she can't even read, you know, she had to go through a lot, but me now, I want to wear my cute, I want to wear my fuck me boots that go up to the thigh for work, you know. And me on Fridays last week, Friday we have casual Friday. Me on Friday I had to wear jeans. I couldn't wear my my leather pants that I like to wear to work, you know. Yeah. Anyway, but thankfully the weather's going to drop a little bit. It's 25, 25, 24, 23. Saturday, her birthday, 11. And she thinks, oh, this is appropriate. It's on brand. Of course, the universe knows that it's my birthday because everything is about me, right? with young women now, right? It's all about me, right? God knew. God knew. The universe knew. It's giving me what I want because it's about me. The universe, the weather, is a reflection of me and my life. You know? We have much to discuss on the pod this week. I love her very much. I mean, like, I wouldn't want to be with I don't think I'd really want to be with a girl that you need a bit of a yin and yang. I don't want someone who has the same opinion about her birthday as me. I don't want anyone to know it's my birthday. I don't need to be spoiled. But you kind of want a lady who feels like she deserves to be spoiled. Keeps it interesting. Imagine a lady who's like, I deserve nothing. I don't deserve nice things at all. You know? I'm a piece of garbage. I don't deserve any. Fuck, that's it's no self-value, you know? It's a fine balance. The problem is when they have too much self-value and they're like, I'm a queen. I need to be treated as such. I'm a princess. I'm all that. I'm hot stuff. Like that is an attitude that's permeating society. There's a lot of fat women now who will slip into leather pants and say, I'm all that. Look at all this. I'm a queen. I deserve to be worshipped. And it's like, you know, it's dangerous. It's a dangerous precedent that we set when that's the new standard of you know, of thinking among women in society. But when you get a lady who is kind of legitimately a broad, she can pull that off. It's nice. You do want that. You want a broad. That's what you want. You want a broad, you know? You don't want some girl who, I think most men don't want you don't want one of the boys, you know? You don't want the pick-me girl. You want just a broad. She's some broad. I'm with this broad, dude. She's making my life. She's driving me crazy. She wants me to fucking spend money on her and take her shopping. She's going to ruin my life. This broad. You know? That's all right. I know what I signed up for. It's better in the long run. Those moms raise better boys. Those moms raise better boys. Those moms sometimes in extremes can also yield really problematic mommy complexes. Like the hot mom that jumps into the quarterback son's, you know, arms at the end of and wraps her legs around him. I've seen that on TikTok. You know, like high school football games and the yummy mummy in Texas is like, I'm so proud of you. Come give me a tongue kiss on the mouth right now. Lick my mouth, spit in my mouth right now. You're my boy. You know, but anyway, I mean, that's not necessarily what we want. But again, like anything's risky, right? Doing anything is risky. There are pros and cons to anything. There are possible advantages and disadvantages to any type of approach you might want to take in life. Too much of anything is not a good thing. We have much to discuss on the pod this week. I've had a number of people message me about a very groundbreaking thing which happened in Ontario. A lot of people want to know what you know I have to say about this. A lot of people, I guess people that listen to the pod, which is not a lot of people, but the humble few people that listen to the pod have been messaging me saying, did you see the news? Did you see what's going on? What do you plan to say about this? Are you going to talk about this? This is a very important thing, which I feel like this is a moment that, you know, in time, which is very, very important. That might shape, you know, that might shape how we perceive certain matters for a very long time, and that is, of course, the BMO Field incident, where Lorenzo Insigne duked it out with a fan. What the fuck? What a crazy abstinence. Abstinence? Pull up the definition of abstinence. I believe it is a abstinence. A serendipitous occurrence, which may have occurred over the weekend. Abstinence. What's the definition of abstinence, Dilo?
How do you spell that?
I think it's HAPSTENANCE. Abstinence. I mean, I'm not a I'm not a Chinese American child. I'm not really that well versed, and I feel like I'm in a spelling bee right now. I'm not equipped. I wasn't, you know.
Coincidence.
Okay, it was not. Then that's not the correct word. Well, it's okay. It's all right. It's all right. We're using big boy words, but what's up?
This isn't the right word I looked up.
Abstinence.
Look, I have abstinence.
I mean, maybe I'm mispronouncing it. Shit, I don't know. Anyway, let's move on. All right, that's fine. That's fine. All right, that's my big boy. That's my big boy word quota for the pod. We'll keep it simple. We'll keep it simple, stupid. All right. So, oh boy, I really want to talk about this, man. I have a lot. I mean, there's so much to break down here. Can you please pull up the video of Lorenzo Insigne getting into it with that fan at BMO Field? To be clear, the context here: Insigne's injured, was in the family box. At a Toronto FC game. Toronto FC are in dead last place in MLS, I believe. And things have not been going well for the team. Things have not been going well for him. He's on, I believe, $10 million per year. The team is in dead last place. I think it's the second consecutive year that they're pacing to finish in last place. Pull up the video, please. Let's hear what he had to say.
Thank you! Respect!
Let's watch it again.
Thank you! Respect!
What's
Pause.
the second word he uses?
That is the subject of much debate. Now, I watched this and immediately understood what he was trying to say. Because this is a man who does not speak the English language. And that's fine. He's an Italian man. He's not been in America that long. But he's also not an especially... I've heard... I mean, look, I was in Naples once, and I went to a restaurant that he frequented often. And granted, this was like 10 years ago. He was a little bit younger. But the owner of the establishment was telling us that a bunch of Napoli players would eat there sometimes. Higuain, Lavezzi back in the day, Hamsik, and Insigne. And I think I was 16, so I was kind of excited. I was like, oh, Insigne eats here? That's cool. What's he like? And the guy goes, it will get short. It will get short. He's a little stupid. That's what he said. So that's kind of what that's the only real insight I've ever got about the man. He may not be, but that's what a guy who had, conversation with him surmised, is that he's a little stupid. All right, fine. So maybe he's not the sharpest tool in the shed. Maybe linguistic skills aren't, all that for him. To be fair, he has a hard time speaking Italian. No, but really, don't laugh. He doesn't speak, he doesn't sound like a Florentine poet when he speaks Italian. So I guess he has a bit of an issue with languages, and we were not going to make fun of the guy for not speaking English well. But, obviously, a lot's going through his mind here. His blood's boiling. Apparently, there was a fan who was goading him, saying, "You're fucking shit, Lorenzo, eh? You're fucking shit there, eh, bud?" Or I can only assume that is how it went, Just some fucking hoser going, "You're fucking shit, bud. Go back to Naples. Go back to Naples, eh?" And Insigne gives him the finger and goes, if you're just listening to the pod, you're not watching it, excuse me. He flips the bird and goes, "Fuck you! Respect!" He points to him and goes, "Oh, un po' di rispetto. Respect." Now, I don't know what he was saying that warranted being, told to show a little respect. I think he was trying to say, show some respect. Now, the thing is, he comes from Naples, and Naples is a place where rispetto è tutto. Io comando io. Rispetto. Bisogna avere un po' di rispetto. Rispetto comanda. He comes from, this world where everyone kind of speaks in, this really hyperbolic way. They kind of do this in France as well. Le respect. Y a pas de respect ici, là. T'as compris? North Africa does this. No respect, Kind of like Italian-American gangsters, too. Like Scarface. No respect. He's like Rodney Dangerfield. "Fuck you!" He goes, "I don't get no respect. I don't get no respect, eh?" But no, so So that was all he was able to get out, is show some respect. I think he might have, I think the fan might have been making fun of him in front of his wife and kids. So I think the kid might have started crying and, whatever. He's got young children. That's never fun. And you can understand why he might get a little upset, right? You want to defend your kids. But there's probably a combination of factors, right? The team's not doing well. He wishes he was still in Naples. He wishes he was in Saudi Arabia. Fuck, dude. When this is happening, he's like, man, I should have gone to Saudi Arabia, bro. Fuck me. If you start talking to, if you even look at a player in Saudi Arabia who the Saudi investment fund has brought in to, prop up the image of the country, who they want to keep happy by all means necessary, they'll just chop your legs off. They'll remove you from the stadium and they'll guillotine your legs. So, it's a real thing. What are you looking up here?
I saw something on Twitter, like, apparently yesterday one of those Saudi teams, like, wasn't coming out of the dressing room because the team had a statue of someone that, I don't know, I guess they didn't like or whatever, and they were refusing to come out onto the pitch.
A Saudi Pro League game
I think they were playing...
was delayed because one team wouldn't come out of the tunnel because a statue...
I don't know if it was a
was
Saudi Pro
displayed
League or if they were playing some other team from another country.
Okay.
And they had some statue, I guess, displayed. I don't know what the beef was there.
Was it a lewd statue? Was it like the statue of...
It was a statue of someone.
Okay.
Just trying to find it. But...
All right. Well, what is that? What's your point?
No, just like... That's like coming back to like the respect. Like, they're not even going to like come on the field because of a statue that I guess the other team had in their stadium or something.
Okay. And was it a big team?
It was one of those big Saudi teams.
What is it? One of the big ones who was owned by the Saudi investment fund? Was it Al Ittihad or Al?
One of those, yeah.
Hilal? Okay. Well, we'll take your word for it. Sure. Yeah. I mean, if the players don't want to come out, the players are kind of seen as they're protected there. Sure. And now I think here's the thing. I feel like in Toronto, they probably think they're protecting Lorenzo Insigne, but they're not able to the same extent because the draconian laws in Canada, you see, don't apply to people that are misbehaving. It's not Singapore where you can arrest someone for spitting on the street in Canada. In Canada, they want to go after podcasters instead. They want podcasters and people who, speak freely and satirically off the cuff and who, might spread conspiracy theories and call it misinformation. That's what they want to draconianly crack down on. Right? Fuck. But so look, there's a lot to break down. So I'm sorry, play it again. Play it again. It's glorious.
Thank you! Respect!
Thank you.
Respect.
Now, the irony of him telling someone to show a little respect while flipping someone the bird is not lost on me. All right, that's pretty like poetically ironic right there. Here's the thing. So it's not going well for him in Toronto. Now what this is obviously he's a little frustrated because Pat's home-style Caribbean food shut down a week ago. It's a very delicate time. It's a very delicate period in the history of Toronto. A lot of the people in Toronto are very upset right now. People are a little on edge. And it's getting to be a little too much for him. And he snapped. He couldn't do it, Someone said something to him. His kid started to cry. He's like, I'm not playing. My brother's not allowed on the team charter. My little figlio di papà brother who posts about me all the time and says, Ti voglio bene, fratemi. Can I suck your dick, brother? They won't let him on the plane, the little fucking dweeb. So now I gotta, I can't get Caribbean food at Pat's no more. I've tried throwing money at the man. He's like, nah, I don't want it, brother. I don't want it, man. He's like, I pay you, come to the house. Caribbean food. I'm retired, broski. It ain't happening. It's a delicate moment for a lot of people in Toronto. They lost Pats. The team is losing. He's obviously taking it out on the first guy he's seeing. A lot of pent-up frustration over not being able to get Pat's home-style Jamaican food no more. I mean, what a fucking bomb of a transfer, huh? I mean, but dude, he's on an OVO shirt, bro. That's pretty fucking lit. if nothing else, he may not have had a really successful spell there, and he's going to be trying to push to go to Saudi Arabia real soon, I think, where he's going to get paid the same money or more and actually get protected by the club and never have to interact with any people ever. Just because the people are more well-behaved there, because they think if I fucking get kicked out of the stadium, I'm dead. Someone will slit my throat. So, that's nice. Here's a case in point as to how protected the players are in Saudi Arabia. You could not be married to your girlfriend, you could live with her. Ronaldo lives with his wife, who's not his wife. And you have to be married to a woman, I think, to actually live with them in Saudi Arabia. No one gives a shit. You know, the women walk around without veils. Now, I don't know if that's a customary thing now. You know, it's fun to say that the Saudi women aren't allowed to drive and so on. Apparently, they're making great waves. I don't know what that means. They can't drive after dark, but they could drive during daylight. I don't know what the fuck that means. But, you know, they're allowed to just, trot around with these surgically enhanced women, and you know, if the point of like being covered up in fundamentalist Islamic doctrine is to, you know, prevent men from being tempted. I mean, can you imagine going from like never seeing any woman ever to seeing like women that all look like Barbie, that are just all like surgically enhanced, you know? You fucking go home and your wife looks like a dog in comparison just because she looks like natural, you know? How crazy that would be. But I mean, look, he's obviously very upset about Pats and everything going on. Hello. Hi. Can we won't. All right. We'll keep D'Lo's mom's name anonymous. Hello, D'Lo's mom. We watering the flowers? What's going on? We watering the tomatoes. Checking in on the garden. So I mean, so yeah, it's tough. It's tough. The guy probably wishes he had gone back to Saudi Arabia, and I mean, he's becoming a six man's, dude. That's a Toronto thing right there. That's a Toronto man's right there, dude. Play it again. What did he say? Now here's the thing. Here's the funny thing. I heard a lot of people on, I saw a lot of people on Twitter were actually debating what he said after saying "fuck you." Now obviously he told the guy respect, but I heard some people say, I saw some people writing. Not cool of him to use a racial slur. And I go, what the fuck? What do they think? You know, what does this person think he said? And some people commented underneath and said, what do you think he said? And they go, he called him a wetback. Play it again. Now, he obviously didn't. But now listen to it thinking wetback. Think wetback. Think wetback. No, hang on. Play it. All the way back. Start it from the top. Jesus Christ.
Thank you! Respect!
Wetback! Now here's the thing. Lorenzo, first of all, I don't want to appear insensitive. That's not a real racial slur, all right? Apparently a wetback is a term that you could refer to a Mexican as. I'm not sure why. You know, because everyone needs to have a slur now. WAP is not a real slur, all right? You can call someone a WAP, you're not getting canceled. That's not a real fucking slur. But listen, I tell you what, if that's not in my repertoire, there's no way that Lorenzo Insigne had wetback locked and loaded, all right? He doesn't even know how to say you. Fuck you. You know? He doesn't even know how to say fuck. He can't even say the F word, you know? I guarantee you he did not have wetback locked and loaded, all right? He did not call the guy a wetback. Not for anything. But then I heard another guy on, or I keep saying I heard someone say this on Twitter. I saw another guy on Twitter say, bro, he's becoming a real Toronto man's, calling the guy a waste man. I want you to listen to this. It's uncanny. Listen.
Thank you! Respect!
Waste man! Oh my god! Thank you! Waste man! My favorite part about this whole thing is his wife, his surgery-laden wife, just reaching out with her skinny little arm and the manicured claw, just pulling him in. Watch it again. Watch it. Just go back and watch it again. You see, he's like fending for himself, and then out of nowhere, the hand of God just comes in. The fucking hand of Maradona. This is the Napolitan hand of God, dude. The fucking Napolitan woman who comes in and says, "Via cá tu." Look, she just pulls him in out of nowhere. Waste man, respect. Just gets yanked back up by his wife, who's like, "Fucking get in here. You're embarrassing yourself," you know. She pulled him in. Funnily enough, He then turned to her, and then he actually slapped her with an open palm. And he goes, "Oh, ma tu hai capito tu che le caccia fate per arrivare fino a qua? Non mi posso fermare proprio mo!" She goes, "Ti fermo io!" Then he strangled her with his bare hands in the press box. And then they lit her car on fire in the parking lot with her in it. Called it an accident. They call that a Giro di Marzio. Oh my god. Oh fuck me. So he's got the merch line though. Again, so it was a bomb of a transfer, but he's got the Insigne Il Magnifico fucking, you know. He's got the hats, he's got the merch, and you know, I don't know that he actually cares about football. He just cares about being the man. That's the thing. And I think he was very happy to see this collab, and he's not. Here's the thing, he doesn't really fully understand what OVO is, but he knows who LeBron James is. He knows who Messi is. He knows who Drake. It's Drake. He understands clout broadly, and that's about it. So, I mean, he still kind of peaked as a Toronto man. So he went to Toronto, got a Drake, you know, OVO collaboration, and he called the guy a waste man in the stadium. That's, you know, that's a pretty beautiful 360-degree Toronto athlete experience, you know. Do you think so there's obviously trouble in paradise. What's his Instagram situation like right now? Is he still posting shit? Is he posting shit? Because this is a time when you want to lay low now, you know? What's he doing? What's he posting? Are comments turned off? If comments are turned off on his latest post, dude, that's game over. Could I comment on it?
2 weeks ago.
Comments on the post have been limited. You see? That's not good. That's not good because you'd have a bunch of people saying, you know, get the fuck out. You're a joke. Da-da-da. Disrespecting the fans like that. Yeah, comments on the post have been limited. Havisht. What's his story? What's his story situation? What's he posting? There we go. Him with his arms crossed in training. I get it. That's... The wife is posting. He's re-sharing it. That's, you know, when you know shit's going awry, you kind of got to play it cool. That's what that is. He's stressing a little bit, dude. He's stressing a little bit. He knows that he fucked up, but he's like, fuck it. I'm just going to pretend all's good. Training. I'm training. Footballer. Fuck, dude. He fell out with like 2 coaches this year already. So, like, is the team going to suspend him for saying fuck you? You know, can they suspend him for it? Can you imagine, like, a disciplinary hearing with, like, Bill Manning, the president of TFC? You know, with a translator. It's just like that scene in The Sopranos when fucking Tony's in Naples and he's duking it out with like the head of the Naples clan, and Fudio's like translating, and Bill Manning is like, "Lorenzo, I just want to say what an honor it is to have you here, and we think you're great." And he's like, "Ma non me rompe palle, voglio, non me rompe palle, affanculo va." And then the translator's like, "Lorenzo's very sorry for what he did. He's very sorry for what he did. He want to apologize very deeply." Bill Manning's like, "We value this partnership very much, and we'd like to have you around for as long as possible." And he's like, "Io me ne vado. Vabbè, io me ne vado, caspita." He didn't say caspita, that's fucking northern as shit. I don't know why I just made him sound like he's from Milan, but he goes, "Vabbè, me ne voglio ire. Lorenzo's very happy to be here as long as possible. He want to live in Toronto for a longer time." Ma che stai a dire? Chi sto waste man? Waste man. Non sa proprio niente. What was that he said? He said he don't want to waste more time, man. He don't want to waste more time, man. He gonna take the suspension, no problem. Bro, it's over. He's gonna have to go back to Italy at some point. But the thing is, he won't get the money in Italy that he's getting in Toronto. So if he's content to just make his fucking money, dude, I mean, he'll probably try to go to Saudi Arabia, and if not, I think he'll stick around for a little while longer. I really do think that he might stick around a little while longer, if nothing else, for the fact that he's still getting paid a lot of fucking money. But, you know, who knows? Maybe he wants to go back to Napoli, dude. I don't know. I mean, it is a little tough for him. Can you imagine he fucking leaves as their captain and they win the title the next year? You know, people that have left want to go back, and then the people that are there want to fucking leave. You want to pull up what happened with Victor Osimhen? I mean, this happened a week ago as the pod was breaking. What a fucked up story this has become. What an absolute mess this all is.
Which one should we watch first?
Okay, so let's give a little breakdown. A lot of people that listen to this pod are already aware of what's going on, but let's just give a little context. as to what happened with Victor Osimhen, the Napoli striker, arguably the best forward, maybe one of the best footballers in Italy, the last couple of years, last week. So, I mean, first off, dude, fucking, you gotta consider, like, Napoli tied, was it, who did they tie last week? Bologna. They tied Bologna 0-0, and Osimhen missed a penalty. Now, this is going back over a week ago. Osimhen demanded the penalty, took it, missed the net. Now, we live in a world now where social media people at clubs feel compelled to do stuff all the time. They feel compelled to put out content all the time. And because their job is to, like, try to follow TikTok trends, they often post stuff that is just nonsensical. It makes it's hard to compute what it exactly is a lot of the time. But so Napoli's TikTok posted 2 reels. Napoli's official TikTok posted 2 videos in the aftermath of the Bologna game. One of them was him saying, "Why don't you just play? We'll just play the penalty one. Play the missed penalty one." I can't do. You gotta pause it, please. I'm sorry. Okay, holy shit. Just I gotta prepare myself to hear. I'm sorry for having to play this in like the phone. I know this is fucking retarded. This is fucking super childish. It's like a Jigglypuff, you know. The problem with TikTok trends now. Okay, hang on. Before we get into this, before we actually watch this, I want to compare for a second the Juve marketing team who are doing fashion shows with, you know, with men in dresses, trying to go to Milan Fashion Week and be all that and rebrand and get a logo that could be slapped on apparel that could be like, you know, I don't know, at the forefront of like the intersection of fashion and football. Then you have Napoli's marketing team who are just like, fateci un video. That's it. Fateci un video. Fateci un video rigoloso. And it's just these like retarded like Japanese schizophrenic type videos where what even is this, dude? What even is this like a sped up like it's like a Japanese e-girl pornography type video where she's like, "Hey, you wanna fuck me? Hey, you wanna fuck my pussy? My little pussy, huh? Give me the penalty, please. Oh, you touch my pussy? You know, like, what are we watching? What the fuck are we watching? Legit, like, this is like down to a fundamental lack of understanding of the English language is what this is. They don't have an English team. You understand? They have Neapolitan guys who can kind of like speak broken English. And this is what you get. You get guys who can't form full sentences who could just say, respect. And they kind of, I don't know, I guess this is the brainchild of that. Play the video.
Give me penalty, please. Give me penalty, please. Oh, referee, thank you. You give me penalty. Thanks.
I mean, it's one of the most preposterous videos you've ever seen. But it feels like it was created by like some third party account, you know, that was stoned to the gills, right? The guy who created it was like stoned to the gills. But it's Napoli's official TikTok, right? So basically they're making fun of the guy for saying, "Give me the penalty," and missing the penalty. Osimhen comes out and threatens to sue the club. Which is, first of all, that's a bit of a bitch-ass move. But that's the world we live in now. Because you understand what this looks like. Now people are like, "Oh shit, how your club gonna body you like that? How your own club gonna body you like that?" That's how people write now in the comments. They're like, "Hey yo," they go, "Fam." That's how people write. "Fam, how your own club gonna body you like that?" Yeah. It's like, I don't know why I went like deep American South. It's actually more of like a UK thing. "Fam, your own club gonna do that to you, fam. What the fuck is up with that, fam? Nah, man, that's fucked up, yeah." Right? Like, that's the way that people think now, you know? That's the way people write on social media. People see that and think, tough look on Osimhen. The club doesn't respect him. The city doesn't respect him. It becomes a whole thing about them not respecting me. They respect this guy so fucking much, dude. When I was there a year ago, they were in love with the guy. as is. And that was before he delivered a title. He's everywhere. He's his picture is all over the city. The people love him. Now here's the thing. The way that Italians kind of express affectionate playfulness to black people is by making jokes about the fact that they're black all the time. Little shout out to the late great Silvio Berlusconi, who once said about Mario Balotelli, "No, I love him. He's our little black son." It's like, why did you say that he's black? It's like, well, he is. He's our little black child, you know? And Balotelli's kind of okay with it. He's like, yeah, that's me. I'm the little black child, you know? Like, he's been that his whole life, you know? So in Naples, when guys kind of, you know, say, look, he's got the fun look, he's black, and we're going to make a chocolate cake with, you know, with pineapple on the you know, pineapple along the rim, you know, to look like his hair. It's like meant to be endearing, you know? You know, like they'll tell you, well, yeah, but that's what he looks like, right? So the reason I'm bringing this up is because I want to segue into the next TikTok, which is even more weird. Now, these were both deleted. The second one is the coconut one, which is even harder to watch.
Boy, and I'm not a gun. I'm a coconut. I am the coconut, and I'm a coconut. Coconut. My coconut. Coco. I'm a coconut.
So these retarded TikToks both get taken down. Osimhen's like, what the fuck are you guys doing? You know? To be honest, I think the first one was a little bit more upsetting to him, the one about the penalty miss. So Napoli's social media team goes into overdrive and they go into PR, you know, salvation mode, and he scores a goal against Lecce the next day, and they post another TikTok, a highlight of his goal, and they go, so he, like, you know, steals the ball from a defender and he goes and scores, and they go, attenzione, pickpocket. It's like nothing they say, you know. So they call him a pickpocket, and everyone's like, what does that mean, you know? You saying all Nigerians are fucking pickpockets? You saying all Africans are pickpockets? It's like, well, no, that's not what we meant. I mean, no, you don't get it, you know? No, like he you know, he picked his pocket. They're like, yeah, well, why is that the word that you chose to use? And they're like, well, you know, because he's fucking black, you know, it's the joke, you know, don't you get it? it's a whole thing where it's obviously like deeply embedded in their, you know, hippocampus somewhere, and yeah, it's like they just can't get it right. So he threatens to sue them, and yeah, I mean, to be fair, his agent threatened to sue, which is, who the fuck is his agent? Is his agent a Nigerian man? Because I feel like African men, much like Neapolitan men, might like take a real affront to they might take real personal offense to like a great affront like that, you know? Like, this is a disrespect of the great player that Victor is, you know? Who's his agent? What's his name? Minchia, Roberto Calenda. So I guess the player was really upset. He goes, what the fuck is this? He got off a phone call with him and he goes, this is unacceptable. We're gonna sue him. We're gonna sue the club. We're gonna sue the social media manager. Basically, they pulled Sam Adamo last week with the fucking with Yves Saint Laurent. Yvon Saint Laurent. Fuck, I realize now how our lawyer's name sounds so much like the designer brand, Yves Saint Laurent.
I thought that was your goal.
No.
Oh.
Well, nothing was my goal.
Well,
it's what his fucking name was. I don't know. His fucking parents
I
named
thought
him
that's
that.
where like you got the name from.
Well, I didn't get the name. His fucking parents named him that. I don't know. I'm fucking choosing.
No. I thought like you. Anyways.
What are you implying? What are you implying? Yvon's parents named him Yvon. Fucking guy. I don't know what you're out here implying. Okay, so he represents a couple of guys in Serie A. Mario, Jesus. Juan Jesus. His only real client is Osimhen. Okay, anyway, interesting. So, look. The issue here is that, you know, it's obviously a really stupid post, but it's the type of shit that they're posting on the regular, just FYI. They happen to have, like, fucked up the the tone of the post is actually very on brand with what they often post, which is, again, schizophrenic Japanese shit. It's like a Japanese fever dream, most of their posts. But in this case, they kind of mocked the guy. Now, every single one is kind of on, like, the edge of, like, the cringe and the what the fuck are you doing here. A lot of the time, it's like a what the fuck are you doing here type of situation. But in this case, they kind of crossed over into an area where people were like, oh, this is a little ambiguous. What the fuck are you trying to imply? So, Does he want to leave Napoli? Apparently he hates, Rudy Garcia. Maybe he wants to go get paid more money elsewhere, and it's like all a ruse, and it's an attempt to kind of try to dissociate himself from the club and create some kind of grievance out of nowhere. But Napoli, the club, have tried to remedy it, D'Lo. Pull up the article, please, that I sent you about the social media manager. And we're going to read this live on the fly here on the pod, because this is just fucking bonkers. I mean, you got to hear. Okay, here we go. So, a couple days later, an article from a few days later. Here we go. I'll just read this to you guys. Napoli part company with social media executive after Osimhen TikToks. This is the world now that we're living in, where there's a guy who gets paid to sit down and say, what kind of shit are we posting on TikTok today? I get that it's important to post stuff on social media, but you have a guy whose job is specifically to post on TikTok. And what I love about this is the seriousness of the tone of this entire communique. A guy who anonymously just works for Napoli in the front office, no one ever needs to know who he is, but he posts like a public statement. It's incredible, dude. He goes, Napoli have officially parted company with social media executive Alessio Fortino. What the fuck? Why do we have to name the guy? He's not the manager. They parted company with goalkeeping coach, Alessio Fortino. No, he's the fucking... He's a social media executive. Anyway, following the aftermath of the Victor Osimhen-themed TikToks recently posted to the club's social media channels, Osimhen had been subject of 2 videos posted to Napoli's official TikTok account, one of which mocked his penalty miss against Bologna, whilst the second compared him to a coconut. Oh, man. So, that's the thing. Here's why TikTok is kind of a problem. You just have one fucking bozo who gets to post on it, and then it's posted on behalf of the whole club. And then by extension, people say the city is racist. Like, it's kind of fucking crazy, right? Like, this one guy's total, fuck up and lack of oversight is causing this whole issue. Back in the day, they would just kill you. If this was the mob, they would just kill the guy for fucking up, If he fucked up a job or a delivery or something and it got them negative exposure, they would just kill the guy, Osimhen had been subject... The situation left last season's top scorer furious, as well as upsetting a number of his close colleagues, supporters, and government officials in his home nation of Nigeria. Following the backlash, Fortino, who had been with Napoli for 2.5 years, has now left the position. However, it was later assured to the media that Fortino had already decided some time ago to step down, and this was in no way connected to the Osimhen situation. Well, shit. What a horrible turn of events. You're planning on stepping down this week, and the week before you do, your entire reputation just gets tarnished. Well, that's unfortunate. Importantly, as pointed out by calciomercato.com, one of the worst sources in all of Italian football, Fortino had not produced the TikToks himself, but the person who did has already personally apologized to Osimhen himself. I mean, yeah, hey, sorry, bro, sorry about that, bygones be bygones. This is the thing, like, how do you apologize for that? You just say, all right, sorry, bro. Fucking give knucks. Anyway, it's just a hard thing to apologize for, right? It's also not that deep, Osimhen is really overthinking it, by the way, but threatening to sue is a total fucking bitch-ass move. Who the fuck threatens to sue? Threatening litigation is, that's absolute bitch-ass fucking pussy scummy behavior. Whoever does that has a special place in hell reserved for him. I have no respect for litigators. Anyway. Fortino released a personal statement breaking the news of his departure from Napoli, but did not make any reference to the Osimhen or the post on TikTok. It instead read, "Today, after 105 days, my professional adventure with SSC Napoli comes to an end. For many, this job would be a dream. For me, it was a daily reality, a reality built on commitment and fueled by a continuous desire to learn." Fuck off. I don't give a shit about you. Just get to the juice, man. "I cannot help but express my profound gratitude. Blah, 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 blah. I leave the company with a wealth of extraordinary memories." Blah, 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 blah. Okay, anyway. All right. This is all a bit much, dude. Just fucking say you got fired and that's it. I'm stepping down. It's my own will. No one's holding a gun to my head. As the noose is around his neck, they're about to kick the chair, and he's like, this has been a great journey. All 105 days have been a real treat. All right. Well, So Osimhen scored a couple goals against Lecce. He wants out, man. He wants to leave, and that's okay. That's what football's about, man. You sign a player for little, you build him up, you win with him, you sell him off. That's all. That's football for most clubs. That's sustainability. Didn't an investigation get launched like the same day into his transfer?
Yeah.
What's going on with that?
Hasn't been much updates.
Well, I mean, people have been writing about that for the better part of a year now. Longer. I mean, everyone knows it was a Fuchs transfer, and it's just a selective decision whether or not to pursue, the club over it. It's not really all that deep, is it? Victor Osimhen's transfer update as Napoli sends. This is from July. Anyway, whatever. It's not important. Who gives a shit, dude? I mean... Oh, hang on. One football. Napoli will be investigated for... When is this from? What's the date of this?
No.
January. Again, I mean, this is a thing that's being dangled over us, for a very long time now. He'll be gone before anything bad happens, and retroactively, if some shit happens, who cares? They won the title. They won't strip them of it. And that's all. But... I mean, Gianluca Gaetano scored a goal for them on the weekend, and I really like this kid. I've liked him for a long time, mostly because I used to use him on Football Manager. But I find he's really talented. He's a really good dribbler. He's only 23, which is not that young, but you got to think, man, if this guy was playing at a club like a Monza, he might be fucking, he might be consistently starting and showing well. Oftentimes, you just got to let guys go out on loan and get the fuck rid of them or just play them. And the reason... I think it's better to play them than to send them out on loan a lot of the time, but at least if you're sending them out on loan, they're fucking playing, right? Like, well, look at what's happening with Matias Soule. We were talking about this before on the pod, before we started the pod, dude. He looks excellent now. One of Juve's youth products, and you'd love to have him at the club right now, and he's killing it for Frosinone instead. But, Gianluca Gaetano's a really good guy off the bench, but realistically, like, he may be good enough to start for a club like Napoli, but because they're one of the best clubs in the world, it's a really tough spot to be in, and he's from Naples, and but just there really is an issue with bringing young players through, man, and there don't seem to be as many wonder kids in Italy. It just happens later for them. 22, 23, 24. Andrea Pinamonti's having a really good season right now. You don't think that he might want to get called up? He probably thinks, dude, what the fuck more do I have to do? I'm 24 years old. He used to captain the Italy U20 team.
Did you see it's not going to happen. Probably some random news that people write bullshit, whatever. But they were saying that Matias Soule could potentially play for the Italian national team.
I'd love that. He's already gotten called up by Argentina. I don't think he's made any senior caps, but I mean, yeah, try to call him up, but good luck getting him to switch allegiances. He won't. He's good enough to play for Argentina. He'll be playing for them within the year. So, but there just aren't a ton of Italian wonder kids who we bring through at the age of like 18, 19. That's why Balotelli was such a big deal when he came through. He was such a generational fucking talent. Yeah, what is Cesare Casadei doing?
Yeah.
That's a good that's a good thought. Yeah, why don't you look him up? Where's he up to now? Is he on loan at where's he on loan at?
He's on loan.
He's at Leicester.
Leicester.
He's at Leicester now. How's he doing? His value shooting through the roof. He's played 7 matches, scored a goal. Good for him. All right. Not played that much though. All his was fuck, man. All his games have been off the bench. Well, anyway. Cesare Casadei is a really interesting midfielder. You'd like to see him get more, minutes somewhere, but I mean, realistically, he's probably good enough to maybe get into Chelsea in 2 years, and then you'll see where that goes. But again, Gaetano's 3 fucking years older than this guy, right? And I actually saw an IFTV post. I'll give them credit where it's due, right? I saw a post. Let me read it to you here, kind of highlighting the issue. It says. Fucking go back here. But excuse me, pull this up. Sorry, I know this is usually I should send you shit if I want you to pull it up, but Fuck me. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to read this to you. Ready? One of Italy's biggest problems is the wave of African immigrants coming into the country. It's kind of fucked up if I think. What did I read that wrong? Jesus. One of Italy's biggest problems is it says one of Italy's biggest problems is the lack of homegrown youth talent playing for top clubs. Sorry, I don't know what I thought I read there. I don't know. That's Jesus fuck. I should put on my glasses. Can you read that again? No, wait, hang on. Yeah, it says one of Italy's biggest problems is the lack of homegrown youth talent playing for the top clubs, and all the fucking black Africans that are playing in the top flight. That's fucking. I don't know if CBS is gonna like that one. Fuck. IFTV need to fucking Jesus Christ. They got to get the Greek kid in check. What the fuck? All right, all right, and then it continues. Frankly, these people are disgusting, and I hate when they wear slides because I get to see how disgusting and decrepit their ankles look, and the undersides of their feet. I mean, what the fuck? Who's taking over the IFTV Instagram account, bro? That is absolutely fucking disgusting. That is fucking disgusting. I'm revolted, bro. Jesus Christ. These fucking guys, man. These fucking racist fucking Brooklyn Italians. Holy shit. Someone's got to fucking, teach them some manners, Then it continues. The only black player who we like is Balotelli, bro, because Balotelli is Balotelli, and his name is Mario. But if his name was Barua, his birth name, we wouldn't be all that into it. I mean, I don't know if I can read this anymore. Mario Balotelli scored 2 goals at the weekend for his Turkish side that he went back to, Adana Demirspor. He's scoring 2 goals in the top flight in what is technically a European league. I will say this until the end of time. He's a fucking idiot. He's a fucking crazy firecracker. He's going to be 34 at the end of the football year. He just turned 33 years old. He's no spring chicken anymore. And he couldn't cut it in Switzerland. I mean, he scored a few goals, but the side went down. He punched the sporting director. It was a whole thing. And they, had him training away from the first team, and he had to go back to Turkey. They chased him back to, where he was before. But I want this guy to get another shot with the Italian national team. I want Spalletti to give him another shot. You don't think that guy would score a fucking goal against England at Wembley next week, dude? Instead of Gianluca Scamacca, who I like. But there's something about Mario Balotelli. Here's the thing. He could be like a Kyle Lafferty for us, dude. And I get that that's not a guy who you want to look at and say, boom, he's a beacon of hope for our nation. But you know how, Northern Ireland had Kyle Lafferty as a mainstay in their team for 10 years when he was playing at Palermo, playing in fucking Turkey, playing in Qatar, playing in fucking, Scotland, Russia, anywhere he fucking went. He would still be their guy because they'd have very limited options. And he just moved well. He was like a guy who you could play international football with. When you play international football, you just need a guy who's capable of being a hold-up guy, who's a good finisher, and who has ice in his veins. Balotelli is that guy. That's it. The problem with him is he could have got shot in the head after, on July 12th, 2012, at the age of 21 years old. And he had already done everything, man, that you could ever do in football. He put a fucking national team on his back, was a star of an international fucking major tournament, won the Premier League with Man City, won the Champions League. He was 21 years old. He'd done it all. He was the best fucking soccer player in Italy at that point. And he'd done it all. It was over for him at that point. It happened so quickly for him. Nothing that happened after him. Excuse me. Nothing that happened after that point for him matters. Truly. The fact that he's been playing in, Switzerland and Turkey and bouncing around and playing for Monza and Serie B and Brescia doesn't matter. Does not fucking matter. Because Antonio Cassano once said recently on Musco Selvaggio, I would call him up because he's still the best Italian striker. He fucking is. It's ridiculous to want to call him up. Yet it's also how the fuck could you not? Positionally, he's just got it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'd rather have him than Immobile. And Matteo Reteghi's a really good forward. He's having a really good fucking year. He's quite prolific. I think he could be one of the top scorers in the league when it's all said and done. He's got an instinct as well. Balotelli has the it factor that you kind of want to just kind of, man, he's got that, like, he'll get the English tabloids writing about the team.
Just gotta stay away from those fireworks.
But that's good if he gets, if he sticks a firecracker up someone's ass, bro. Throw it up a fucking prostitute's twat. Who cares? Who cares? Just it's let him be himself. I want to see the guy play for us just one more time. It would be dynamite, man. The last time he got called up, he scored 5 years ago, man. If not him, then who? Lorenzo Colombo, like. If you're going to call up guys who are kind of mildly underwhelming, listen, you have Raspadori, who's a very good forward. Scamacca's probably not going to be a world beater when it's all said and done, when his career's done, but he's okay. He's the guy we got now. Immobile is not all that. But I think he's probably the best option that we currently have. Then you have Chiesa, who's kind of a wide guy. Politano, who's a wide guy. Berardi's playing pretty well lately, man. I don't like how slow he plays for the Azzurri. I would kind of keep him at bay, but fuck, I mean, he's making a real good case to get back into the team. But it's like a guy like Balotelli just is gonna play the way he always plays with Italy, whereas Berardi kind of, I don't know, it's like he's not the protagonista, so he fucking falls apart, and it's a real thing you got to keep in mind. When you're Andrea Pinamonti and you're playing for Sassuolo all the time and you're fucking scoring goals, that's great. But when you're playing for the Italian national team, it's a whole different thing. And I think he's proven to have it. Balotelli's proven to have it. Pinamonti hasn't been given a fair shake. I would give him a shot as well. But you're experimenting with any new face. Balotelli's a new name, but he's an old name as well, who you know what you're gonna get with. I don't know. What were you gonna say? I feel like I cut you off. You wanted to chime in. Talking about no? Okay.
No.
I mean, yeah, like just some things will never change, dude. Like Maurizio Sarri is always gonna complain about the schedule. That man falls apart when the Champions League, and his club that he's coaching, the club he's coaching, intersect. He just falls apart. He's like, talking about how the team is getting sent to the slaughterhouse. The Federation's fucked up. UEFA's fucked up. They have it out for us. That's never going to change. As long he's been at the top, for 10 years. He coached Chelsea, Napoli, now Lazio. He's coached some of the best teams in fucking world soccer. He'll always complain about the schedule. Always. Balotelli's always going to be... There are just some things that are mainstays. Balotelli's always going to be kind of like an enigmatic forward who could produce a moment of brilliance and who no one's going to give a fair shake to. And Frank, I mean, it's insane to want to play him again, but it's kind of like Ronaldo Nazario with Brazil when he was fat, and Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho's another really good example. Even when he was fat, he was never really fat, actually. He's fat now, but he was never fat as a player. Even when he was like, I don't know,
Out of shape.
playing in Mexico for Querétaro, he's still Ronaldinho. He has something to offer to any team. It's hard to explain and quantify. Some people are just so fucking good that you can give him a million chances. It's like Pete Davidson, He's so funny. Like he started doing stand-up when he was like 16, and it doesn't matter how much of a hard time he goes through, he'll always get another chance because he's just funny enough, It's I don't know, man. I would give him another fucking shake. For the same reason that Kyle Lafferty, I think, deservingly kept playing for fucking Northern Ireland. Is that stupid? It's also retarded. Like, the people that are like, bro, call up Balotelli are the worst football fans on earth. But, like, also call him up, bro. What's it gonna hurt? I mean, it could, disrupt team morale. But then don't call him up again. That's the beauty of it, Don't call him up again. If he fucking things go awry, Lorenzo Insigne as well. Like, Lorenzo Insigne is always going to be. If he comes back to Italy, what if he goes to like Roma or something? As rumored a few months ago. It won't happen probably, but what if it did? All of a sudden he's 33. He's back in Italy. He's one of the best technical players. Bernardeschi too. Like, what if he's fucking killing it, dude? For like a Genova, him and Retegui are fucking linking up. Again, I get that it's kind of crazy to bring back these old names. Like El Shaarawy's probably never coming back into the Italian national team fray, right? He's a decent footballer who plays a good role for Roma, but some guys just are not going to be are not going to be back, right? But when Federico Bernardeschi fucking takes a free kick, it's going to be the same every fucking time. He's just... There are some guys who are going to do the thing that they do well, and they'll always do it well until the end of time. Francesco Totti, like there's something about the really technical guys that makes you just say, maybe give him another shot. Like Francesco Totti, at the end of his career, when he was 39, 40, still playing for Roma, you wouldn't have been that mad to see play for the Italian national team. But it would have been crazy. But it wouldn't have been that out of left field. You see it happen with, like, Bulgaria all the time. The best technical Bulgarian player will play until he dies. Goran Pandev is just the best Macedonian footballer that they produced. Why? Just something about the way he moves. He's able to play for top flight sides and just make it work. And until he retired, he always had a spot in that national team. You know? Whatever. The Canadian federal government wants us to register now. They want streamers, YouTubers, podcasters to register in order to, I guess, to give the government more fucking oversight into the podcasting realm. That's what I heard the other day. First of all, a little fucked up. They dropped that shit the day before Truth and Reconciliation Day. It's almost like they don't give a shit about the fucking federal holiday. Truth and Reconciliation Day. By the way, just not to harp on the indigenous again, dude, but Dilo, like, it is a little, like, I get the optics of wanting to have a day to say, yeah, pardon, kind of like, you know, when you're playing tennis and you hit the ball into the net and it trickles over the line. My bad, sorry. My bad for that one, mulligan, you know, sorry we institutionalized your grandparents, you know. But I gotta say, we're like the worst. Canada are the worst colonizers ever. The Americans are much better at it. They don't apologize for shit, dude. Canada are they're the biggest bitch-ass fucking colonizers ever, dude. Can you imagine if the aliens came onto Earth and decided to colonize us, you know? They wouldn't apologize for shit, right? They would just do it. They would just ruthlessly take over our land and... It's like they go to the fucking native reserve and they're like, oh, hold on, this is Indian land. And the aliens are like, my apologies, I'm sorry. I didn't know. I'll leave you to it. This is a reservation. You understand? Read it there. Reservation. You can't fish here. I'm sorry, sir. We'll just, go take over those Chinese people over there. I don't know. They're not putting up a fight at all, but I apologize. We'll let you have your water. Like, what? You know? Like, it's just so crazy. Like, when push comes to shove, like, are we going to be able to, like, build a dam if we need it for, like, power to keep the power grid running? You know? Like to what extent do we respect this? Anyway, it's what a horrible... This land, you know? This was our land, you know? Yeah, it was all your land, you know? Now it's my house, you know? We gave you a day, fuck, you know? The day before which we fucking drop a fucking bomba. Here we go. Piece of news. New legislation. So the Canadian federal government now is requiring that by late November, streamers register with the Federal Broadcasting Corp in an effort to have more oversight into broadcasting. I mean, if you wanted a fucking clue that the Canadian broadcasting model is dead, look at this. You gotta overregulate it to the point that you fucking gotta, like, infringe on the freedom of the press, right? The spoken word, like the one kind of free speech that we still have. Not to be gay about this and be, like, philosophical. I'm sorry, but, like, first of all, Trudeau could fucking lick my nuts. He's out if an election gets called tomorrow. And I can only hope that this sort of thing gets overturned and that the CBC and all the institutions get left to die. But because you know if these institutions are dying, just don't prop them up with the federal dollar, with tax dollars. You know, we pay so much fucking tax in this country, and cut back a little. Tell the CBC you're on your own. You know, we're cutting your funding in half. Fuck you. Nobody watches you. Nobody reads the newspapers anymore. My grandfather gave my mother an article clipping the other day, an editorial from the Montreal Gazette called "All the Poop on Bowel Leakage" or something like that. And he goes, "Here, this is a thing that I'm going through and I don't want to describe it to you, so this article summarizes it pretty well. All the poop on bowel leakage." Because they know that the people that read the fucking newspaper now all have bowel leakage because they're all 82. They're all 82 years old. You know what I'm saying? When the fucking people with bowel leakage die off, then what are they gonna fucking start writing about? To the fucking people, there could be more people that fucking listen to this podcast and read the Montreal Gazette. You know? Let me pull up the art. Hang on a second. Just to give you an idea of, like, this is the type of shit that they're trying to protect, okay? The old world media, okay? Let me look this up here. I'm sorry. Hang on a second. Now, by the way, hang on. Here we go. Yeah, all the poop on accidental bowel leakage. Great. Thank you. Bringing us the hard-hitting news that people fucking need to know about. You know, people who fucking, you know, we're still checking the number of COVID hospitalizations. You know, let it die. Let it exist for the people that want to consume it. Let it die. But this isn't about protecting those institutions. I mean, it's partially about that, but it's also about having control and censorship and oversight so that, you know, misinformation can't be spread. Like, if I were to come out and say I think the vaccine is stupid and people get myocarditis when they take it, and, you know, I'm fucking lucky to not have had a heart attack yet, boom, misinformation, I'm gone, you know? But we'll promote the fucking indigenous people that we want to fucking prop up and say, here, we're sorry for what we're doing. Why? Politically, that's a move that, like, by the way, how many indigenous people are there in Canada? I get that people deserve respect. Like, all groups deserve respect and you know, basic dignity and such. And it's okay to, like, have, like a correct, you know, retrospective look at history and acknowledge, yeah, this is what happened. I get it. But like, it's not really, like, that large a... Listen, I live in a metropolis. Maybe I'm wrong about this. But I don't feel like it's, like, that large a part of Canadian culture, like, in contemporary society. So why is the fucking federal government just continually just talking about them, you know? It's like a weird, like, thing that they've decided to bang the drum of it. You know, you want to argue it's right, it's correct, it's morally right. Okay, maybe, but why do you have to, like, just throw that buzzword in anytime you're trying to pass new legislation, you know? This will benefit indigenous creators. Like, well, who gives a shit? No, like who listens to indigenous content, you know? Other indigenous people, you know? What fucking freaks consume that shit, you know? People that live in a fucking bubble. Like, nobody consumes that sort of thing, right? It's a way that they could try to control, you know, the Freedom Convoy type media and any such content which may you know, go against the narrative. Listen, if they ask me to register, I'm going to tell them to lick my nuts. I'm not registering for shit. And, you know, I know... I'm not making the mistake I made with the fucking vaccine, all right? I'm taking a stand here. I'm not doing it. I'll fucking go to the United States if I have to. I will fuck off and leave this country and go to New York if I have to. I will use VPNs. Fuck you. You're not getting me. You're not getting me, dude. I'm not registering for shit. You could suck my fucking nuts. I'll register with the fucking stand if I have to. I'll do what I gotta do. I'll get the fucking paperwork. I'll get a visa. I'm not doing this shit. Suck my fucking ass. Suck my fucking ass, Justin Trudeau, if you think I'm registering to talk shit about Mario Balotelli to 600 fucking people. Alright? Get fucked. Get fucked up the ass with this fucking dildo. Stamming. I'll fucking let my balls hang out here. I got a fucking netting here. Fucking lick these fucking nuts, you fucking fruitcake. I'm over it. I'm over it, man. If you want to fucking tell me to get a vaccine, and I'm going to do it once because I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt and say, yeah, all right, fuck it. What the hell's it going to do? No more. No more. You get one shot. You get one fucking shot. All right? You fucked me over, and now I'm coming for the fucking... I'm coming for the fucking jugular now. If you come for me, I'm buying a gun. I'm buying a fucking gun, dude. Can I leave a gun under this fucking Kushiners here? We'll just have a gun in this... We'll have a gun in the studio. We'll have a fucking gun. I'll fucking arm the comedy clubs. Anywhere I frequent, the arena, I'm arming myself to the gills, dude. You want to come for the fucking podcasters who have nothing going on? Dude, I'm doing this for fucking hundreds of people. You don't think I have nothing to lose, and I'm doing this for the love of the game. You don't think I'm gonna fucking keep doing this? You think I fucking need this shit? That I'm gonna fucking, oh yeah, I'm sorry, sir. I'm all original. I'll behave. Fuck off. I'll go to Rumble if I have to, and that's it. That's it. Because you know who else does this shit? You know who else does this sort of centralized? I fucking, you know, I hate, by the way, that I'm actually yelling about this, like I'm breaking character here. But you know who else does this shit? Is pretty much every communist dictatorship over time. Again, this isn't scintillating stuff. It doesn't take a brain surgeon to have to point this stuff out. But yeah, the Chinese government has oversight over Google, do they not? They have oversight of. Listen, I don't think you can watch YouTube in fucking China. Okay. It's one of the most insane pieces of legislation that I've seen passed in my lifetime. It's totally fucking communistic. And, you know, we live in a country where there's a really low bar for this sort of thing. And it's a great place to live by all means, but it's also kind of you know, politically it is totally fucked. And I think there are a lot of people that hate the way that it's going, and I think it's you know, it shows in terms of the stuff that people actually do consume and so on, but there are a lot of uninformed people that fucking just vote, dude. There are a lot of fucking really stupid people that are uninformed and that vote on unimportant matters, and it's kept this guy in power for a really long time, and it's enabled him to wield an exorbitant amount of power, more than any centralized government arguably should have. And I mean, it's pretty flagrant. It's pretty flagrant. Anyone that saw the news, I think, understood that this was problematic, and I don't actually know what it will mean for me. That's the thing. I don't actually know that individual podcasters need to register. Now, if they want me to register, they could choke on my cock, okay? But I think this might be a case of them wanting, like, Spotify and Patreon and YouTube and people that offer streaming services to register so that the government could enter into their databases, their respective, you know, databases, and check data and metrics and stuff, and just get their fucking little greasy palms into the cookie jar. A thing which is very clearly not problematic. Yeah, under-regulate as a rule of thumb. Don't over-regulate. Regulate less, not more. If they want to regulate, you tell them to go get fucked. That's about it. People aren't dying over this shit, you know? People are becoming privy to your bullshit. So, that's it. Fucking cocksucker. Dude, I'm leaving, dude. I'm fucking going to New York. Fuck it, dude. Fuck it, dude. I'm out. I'll do it just for the bit. Just fuck it. I'm out. I'll go to New York for a couple of months, dude. I'll fucking go to New York for the fall. Let's do it. I don't give a shit. Fuck you. I'm leaving this fucking country. That's the narrative, dude. I'll just say, yeah, I'm fleeing at the border. Where are you fleeing? Where are you going? I'm fleeing. Oh, dude, can I claim refuge? Can I claim refugee status in the United States of America? Can I? No, but I'm serious. Could I become a political refugee?
Start having like a northern border crisis.
Could I seek political asylum in the United States?
You want me to look this up?
Yeah, well, what is required? What sort of things do I need to go through? What sort of hoops? Dude, it's like the lowest fucking bar. It's the most fucking Ritz-Carlton, bitch ass, fancy, bougie, political asylum seeking ever. It's like I just go to the border with like a base bag, like a base travel bag, and a full suitcase and a car. And I have a place already lined up. I have a lease already committed to in like Brooklyn. And then I just start shipping my stuff down from my country of origin that I'm that I'm claiming asylum from. To start sending down my fucking my jersey collection. What does it say? What are the parameters?
I'm trying to find the form here.
Well, what does it say? What are the requirements? What are the requirements in order to seek asylum? I mean, Jesus Christ. Can I claim that I'm a political... Here, you know what? I'm not going to do it, bro. I'm not registering, and I hope they come after me, and then I could just say, boom, I'm seeking political assignment. I'm a refugee. I'm an asylum seeker. What does it say? Alternative asylum process. Here, maybe we just get off the government website for a second here. Let's just hang on. Let's just asylum seeking requirements. United States. If you're persecuted for your race, religion. Oh, this is Canada. Hang on. No. Don't put from Canada. Just from anywhere. What conditions do the United States accept asylum seekers on? The funny thing is, Canada's probably a country that accepts more asylum seekers, ironically. Can a Canadian seek asylum in the United States? Who is not eligible for asylum? You will be barred from being granted asylum if you ordered, incited, assisted, or participated in the persecution of any person on account of race, religion, nationality, membership, any particular social group, or political opinion. Well, so what? If the opposite is true, then you can seek asylum. If that's the case, I think I fall into a particular social group. Podcasters. Boom. I'm doing it, bro. I'm not even joking you. Look at me. Look at me in the eyes. I know I'm wearing sunglasses, but look at me in the eyes. I will pursue this. It will be a side quest. I'm out, dude. That's it. I'm done. That and the vaccine shit, dude. They fucking damaged my little heart. My faint little heart, dude. Yeah, I'm out. Okay. Yeah, I'm doing it. Fuck it. I'll seek asylum in the United States. I will look into it. Maybe I'll just let's go full curb. It's like when I actually go down, when I go down over the border, I just go, yeah, I'm just here for a couple months. Question. Hypothetically, if I wanted to seek asylum, is there another lane I could go into? Asking for a friend, All right, let's see. What social group do you belong to? The anti-vax social group. Listeners, thanks for tuning in. We'll see what happens. Good luck to us all. Follow me at I'm Sam Adamo. Leave a like on the video, please, if you're new. And until next time, we'll catch you soon. Alla prossima. Ciao.